Today we're looking at the big 8 in marital fulfillment. 8 things that give you marital fulfillment. We'll look at 4 today, and then we'll look at 4 next week. And then the upper week, we will take authority over things we need to stop. If you hear me, say yes. But before we get into that, please understand. The Bible says, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Is that true? Living and cleaving is an act. Becoming one flesh is a process. Don't get yourself confused. The day they joined you at the altar is a permission to begin marriage. It's not marriage. You're not hearing me. The certificate we gave you that day is not a certificate of marriage. It's a certificate to start practicing. You didn't hear me. So when you get back home, that's when the marriage proper begins. So it takes time to become one flesh. Yo. No altar can make you one flesh. You are going to work at it. You are going to do whatever you can to get yourself to blend in together and to make your home work. If you hear me, say yes. Another thing you need to remember is this, that the early romantic feelings will fade away. But when they fade away, it doesn't mean that your love has dried up. Oh. Love is a commitment, not a feeling. All these small boys moving up and down say, when I see her, I can't breathe. It's asthma that is worrying them. You're not hearing me. It has nothing to do with love. If you want to check out how love looks like, look at a mother loving the children. She doesn't feel emotion. It just, come on, are you hearing me? It's just normal. That's love. So all of those feelings will fade away. Asthma goes quickly. The day, you're not hearing me. The day after the wedding, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're not feeling that way. That's why all these American actors and actresses, when they see you, they start feeling emotion. They jump in, sign the nuptials, and then 2 weeks later, they don't feel anything. They divorce. It's not feeling. It's a commitment. That you are not feeling it doesn't mean you don't love the person. You really love him, and you must love him. If you have my voice, say yes. When you say I do, you better do. Continue. Whether you feel it or you don't feel it or do what? Continue. So please give your marriage time to blossom. Stop walking around foolish feelings. Are they hearing my voice? The third thing I want to remind you is this, that any couple that can find fulfillment in one another can face whatever life brings. So make your home a place where you find fulfillment. The whole world can be against you, and your home is also against you. Are you still hearing me? So find fulfillment in one another. It strengthens your face life. Anytime you see your boss walk into the office and is charging at everybody, something happened at home. No, you are not hearing me. Anytime you see your boss come to office and dash people money, something happened at home. I don't think you are hearing me here today. When the home is sweet, a man is very generous. When the home is bad, there's transferred aggression. Okay, calm down now. I know be your wife. Are you still here? I'm trusting the Lord. Every one of you, your home will walk. Amen. Since it's not your neighbor, collect that one. Amen. So please, do your best to make your home exceptional. Don't let it hang in the balance. Let it be something that excites you, something you are proud of, something you are working on. And stop all of this issue of A is better, B is better. The day you say that I do, that door is closed. You don't have another chance to rethink it. No, you didn't hear me. Close that door and focus on making this work. If you had me, say yes. Now, what are the big 8 in marital fulfillment? In the first service, we told them, accept each other fully. Second service, we said, communicate with grace. In this service, we are looking at integrate into one another. In the fourth service, open your hand generously. I know that's the one you will stay for. All the women will make sure their husbands stay for fourth service. So that they can hear pastor tell him, this is your erudite hand. Open it. I won't tell him it's your own we're looking for. It's a woman's own we are looking for. Women have been collecting from men a long time. It is time for men to collect from women. And all the men said, we move. Okay, integrate into each other. You see, marriage is about sharing life together. Somebody say we share life. And it's about taking a journey of destiny as one. That's marriage. You share life and you take a journey as one. It is difficult for two to be one and each of them operating in independence mode. It's not possible. Are you with me? Matthew chapter 19, 4-6. And he answered and said unto them, have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Next verse. And say, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and the twain shall be one flesh. And in case you didn't understand, it continued. Wherefore, there are no more twain, no more two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. So, when we are talking about being one flesh, it doesn't mean that we lose our individuality. It means we integrate our lives to fit into each other's own. Are you with me? Are you with me? Integration is that you willingly bring me into your family. You willingly bring me into your business, into your ministry, into your career, into your goals, into your plans, into your circle of friends, into your hobbies. That's what it means to integrate. That when I married you, you didn't purchase me like an object and then keep me in the house and continue your life. And then command me to be burning children for you. And anytime you need to service yourself, I come up. That's the way people are looking at me. Are you people okay? That's not what marriage is all about. I am not something you purchase and put in the shelf. We must integrate our lives. I am not an appendage. I am part of your life. Are they hearing my voice? This is what covenant means in marriage. And that's why the world doesn't do well in marriage. That's why the church should be a model of what works in marriage. Because we operate by covenant, operate by contract. Are they hearing me? And many people that are young in the church today are listening to social media, and suddenly their mind is on contract mode and not on covenant mode. So you marry and both of you are hiding from one another, living your whole lives. No. Integration is the only thing that can build intimacy. I like the way a man described intimacy. I think TDJ explained many years ago. He said intimacy means into me, see. See into me. That's what intimacy means. You are seeing into me. If you are with me, say yes. So that both of you are sharing lives. When you integrate, it defeats aloneness. Somebody say aloneness. You know, when God says it's not good that the man should be alone, I'm sure you know that the word alone is a combination of two words. All and one. All one. You take away one L and join them together. That's what alone. It's two English words, all one, and then they put it together. It's not good for the man to be all one. Are you here? So nobody wants you to be alone. And there are many people that are married and they are alone. Emotionally alone. Financially alone. Just, the man just a worker. The wife just a worker. All up. Are you here? Without integration, you will live your whole life with a stranger. The husband is a stranger. The wife is a stranger. You are not with me. Are you with me? I told you a story. True story. A woman was quarreling with the husband. And the husband said, pack out. She said she's not packing out because she paid for half of the building. They started quarreling. The man insisted she must pack out. That the house was registered his name. He said, I built this house. They quarrel. You are not hearing me. And then she was the one also that furnished the whole place. So she went and brought vehicles to park the things in the house. Packed on the chairs in the parlor. She has receipt. Now she buy them. No, you're not. The husband started the building and then his money dried up. And then she finished the building and then bought all the time furnished. She packed everything. When the man saw the house empty, he said, no, you're not packing, you're not going. So you're not going anywhere. When I was talking with that woman, she told me, he said, Pastor, what he didn't know was that all the vehicles that came to pack everything are my vehicle. She has been, from the time they started quarreling, anything she buys, she doesn't tell him. All the cars that came to pick the things are cars she bought and people are using to do business. How can you be like that? That's nonsense. But that's the word out there tells you. I said, no. Now that you are born again, that has to change. If you help me, say yes. Are these people here hearing my voice? No. Some of you are buying all kinds of things. You know, there are some men that were praising a young man the other day who put everything in his mother's account. And they say he's a very intelligent young man. Well, all the young women here now, since men are using him as a role model, you also find your own role model. Because Connie man die, Connie woman bury her. That is nonsense. You don't follow something evil. You say if that girl is a gold digger, that girl is a gold digger. Well, if the girl is a gold digger, what was he used looking in her? How did he find her? Because there's something he saw in her that attracted her, and he used that thing he saw. So he should pay for what he used. Go and call police. Am I talking to somebody here today? What is it? We should begin to live as Christians, not as a world. Are they hearing my voice in Gateway? No. Without integration, our marital goals cannot be achieved. Because you can't do big things except you have help. And the reason you are getting a wife is to find help. It is not good that the man should be alone. I will get him a helper suitable. Not an oriaco, it's a helper. Did they hear me? Psalm 45 verse 10. You know the Bible says the man should leave his father and the mother. We read it the first. So women are always insisting the man should forget family and follow us. Look at this one. Hearken, O daughter, and consider. And incline, Psalm 45 verse 10. Thine ear. Forget also thine own people and thy father's house. The Bible says, man, leave your father and mother, and say, woman, forget your own people and your father's house. Look at the next verse. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty, for he is thy Lord, and worship thou him. He's not talking about the Almighty God. He's talking about your husband. So if I leave father and mother, you two come out from house, come. Make we meet in the separate room. You're not hearing me. I told them in the first service or second service, I can't remember, when my mom was still alive, and then my junior sister was in the house, and then she misbehaved toward my wife. She would just do her own thing, go to the kitchen, do all of that. We are just married newly then. And I rebuked her, and I told her to get out of my house. And she went and reported to my mother, and my mother summoned me. Can you imagine a whole me? You're not hearing me. She summoned me. So I appeared before the panel. All the men are looking as if they don't appear before panel. You know the panel now, the family panel. And mama is sitting down. And sisters and brothers are sitting down there to confront you on your iniquity. So they started and they talk and talk and talk. But it's the Bible full my head. When they finished talking, I turned, I said, Mama, the Bible says, for this cause shall a man leave his father and be mother, and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. I said, Mama, what you didn't understand is according to covenant, you are extended family. Thank you for burning me. This one's extended family. This one is my family now. All of you here have to choose whether you are traditional people or Bible people. You will make that choice. And when you are looking at me now, you are making that choice. And you don't expect covenant things to happen to you when you're a traditional man. So your prayers are wasted until the Bible becomes your life. Are they still hearing me? So you can't hold the woman ransom. Can't hold the man ransom. No. You and her are one. Somebody shout one. You see, when you you hear the Bible talk about submission, the Bible concept of submission is first integration. First integration. That's why the Bible begins in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21. It says, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Before it says, wives, submit to your husband. It starts with both of you submit. That means integrate. Are you hearing me? Integrate into one another. Let it be clear that both of you are in this mission as one. Somebody shout, we are one. Or come and say, body, we are one. Submission is simply that you submerge your mission in our commission. So both of us have a commission. You submerge your own mission in our commission. That's submission. Submerge. That was removed. So you have sub and then commission. You take mission and put them to a submission. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That's how it happens. Amos 3 verse 3. Can two walk together? Except they're integrated. Except they're going together. Are you with me? What gives your wife or your husband the sense of a stakeholder in the marriage? The sense of a partner, the sense of somebody that has something at stake, is that you are integrated. Not that you keep the person at arm's length. And all the person's job is simply, how can I be providing money as a woman? I'm paying for this, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for this. And so many things are going on in your house, in your life, I don't know. I won't continue paying. If you don't like, call police. Women are looking at me funny. Oh, now they hear me so? Yes, your life cannot be insulated from your husband's son. A man also, the same thing. Don't ask me to be burning Pekin and taking care of Pekin. And all the Pekin are asking you, answering your name, and I'm answering your name, and I don't know you. There's nothing, I don't know your business, I don't know your property, I don't know your anything. Even your next of kin is not me. I'm just hanging around as an appendage. No. We're going to negotiate them. Am I talking to somebody here too? There has to be a renegotiation of this deal. You are cheating me. And I won't go to the court of the politicians. No, you are not hearing me. I will go to the court of heaven. And there's a way we settle things there. When God grab you, even if you shout on by, He not going to leave you. Integration means planning and achieving objectives with ease. You plan together, you achieve your objectives with ease. That's what integration means. And you know, when two persons are integrated, third parties find it difficult to come in. No, you're not hearing. If anybody hear me, say yes. There's a way you can't spend if your finances are linked. There's a way you can't do things. No, you're not hearing me. Your journey up and down, up and down, up and down. You can't just be frivolous. Because one way or another, your wife will find this, your husband will find this. You can't do that. So it has a way of guarding your steps and ordering your life and making your home succeed. Listen to me. One of the things that makes your home work is eliminate the things that will tempt you to mess it up. You're not hearing me. Take those things out of the place. And then you see yourself flying. You see your home working. Are they hearing me? If you have my voice, say yes. If all your properties are registered in you and your wife's name, you won't be thinking of a second wife. One Aquarian man and one Igbo man, the way that they look me like this. The Aquarian man, they one corner, the Igbo man, they the other side. They look at them. Boom. Are we still in this building? In the name of the Lord, I cancel the spirit of polygamy now. Why don't people integrate? Are you still hearing my voice? Why don't people like to integrate? Why is it a battle for many of them? You see, for many people, marriage is not a covenant, it's just a transaction. Have you heard people talking before? They say blood is thicker than water. What are you calling water? What do you mean by blood is thicker than water? Do you actually understand what you're getting into? Listen. There's a court you enter into, and you sign a covenant with that court. If that court asks you to bring your mother doesn't matter. You will take your mother and hand over, because you know that covenant ranks higher than that blood in your house. No, you didn't hear me. Is anybody hearing me here today? You need to understand the power of covenants. And marriage is not a transaction, it's a covenant. Stop looking at, the man that's looking at the marriage certificate to look at for expiry date. There's no expiry date. It's the two shall become one flesh. Are they hearing my voice? He said, if you don't like it, pack out. Bro, there's no packing out. We are in this thing together until death. Stop this nonsense of blood is thicker than water. Your brothers and sisters are part of your family, we agree. But this one, you see, those ones you didn't choose them. This one you chose. No, you didn't hear me. Those ones you didn't have a choice. This one you made a choice. God imposed those ones on you, so he won't bother you about them. But this one, he will hold you responsible. It was your willful choice. Okay? He won't let go. That's why people say, why are you saying there shall be no divorce? Because you saw billions of people and chose one. You don't enter. Am I talking to somebody here? You saw them, you chose one. You don't enter. Look at all the women running up and down. They say, no, women should not submit to man. Women should not submit to man. Nobody said women should submit to man. There's no Bible verse that asks women to submit to man. No. Man and woman, we are equal. But in marriage, among all the 7 billion on earth, you chose one to submit to. Among all the men. He didn't say submit to me. He said submit to your own husband. And you were the one who pointed at him and said, I consider you worthy to submit. Is anybody hearing me? So you better submit. Stop listening to stupid people on social media. If you have my voice, I hear you, sir. You say, I can't submit to man. We didn't ask you to submit to all men. That one you chose. Submit. One woman said to the husband, he said that I noticed that every time all your decisions are wrong, you keep making mistakes. And the man thought about it, said it's true. And maybe he made a mistake, the day I chose you. How can all his decisions be wrong? And yet he made a decision for you. That means you're one of the wrong decisions. If you have my voice, say yes. Why don't people integrate? Another reason people don't integrate is that many grew up with a mindset of marital domination. Some men grew up with a mindset of marital domination. As far as they're concerned. Now, what is in a marriage? Just anybody marry. Sit her down. And tell her to submit. If she doesn't, deal with her. That's the mental. No, you're not hearing. Do you notice that in Nigeria, when you are asking men, read any book on marriage, they don't. It's girls that read books on marriage. It's girls that attend seminars on peace. What I'm saying, is that true? It's girls that take notes. You know why? Because they tell the men, girls are plenty. And they're desperate. Just walk out for street, you go see one, we go follow you, go home. You don't need to change. But one bad thing about that mentality is this. Brothers and sisters. You see, I am allergic to mosquito. You know, there are people that when they're lying on the bed, there can be 10 mosquitoes in the house and they're sleeping soundly. Not me. The moment I hear, anybody like me here? If you marry a mosquito, you can't sleep. Just marry wrong. You will never find rest. Every day something will happen to spoil your day. That's what it means when you have that mentality. Change your thinking. If you have me, say yes. Change your thinking. And you see your life begin to blossom. Mentality of marital domination. And there are some women who their papa treat their wife, their mother bad. And they vow to themselves, no man will mistreat me. No. I go show man. I'm a boy empty. No, you're not hearing me. And they came into the marriage very ready, very ready, very ready. You talk one, they talk their own. They have their strategy to discipline you. Please, people here, men here, what I'm saying, does it happen? They dig in, they're aggressive from day one. They want to dominate the marriage. They want the man to submit. Sister, all you're going to find is a broken home. I've never known a lady who has made up her mind that men are bad who succeeded in a marriage. It doesn't happen. You must change your mentality. Because, see, let me tell you this. Your attitude sometimes reflects your mindset without your knowing. Come on, are you with me? It just oozes out of you. It just creates the rejection, creates the problem. Please, please, please. Don't go to marriage thinking of domination. Think of integration. Think of working together. Think of sharing life together. Third service, I remember getting something. And then the third reason people don't submit is that some people are looking for perfection before submission. Excuse me, there's no perfect human being now. There is none. And if you are looking for the ideal wife, are you the ideal husband? Are they hearing me? You have put all your criteria, Okay, if I put all my own, will you meet all my own? So all the things you listed must be fulfilled. What of my own? So I will manage you and you can't manage me. Say what happened. Am I talking to somebody here today? Both of us will have to manage each other. They are not hearing me. Brothers and sisters, every human being has flaws, has imperfection. You are not hearing me. The only reason you didn't see is that you have not come close. You know, you are not hearing me. You know, there are some ladies, when you see their face like this, it's looking perfect. Until they get home and they remove all of these things. You know, there's one that you use knife to scrape. And it falls up. And then the real face appear. Is that what happened? Brothers and sisters, some people that their face is looking somehow. It's multicolor. There's a mixture of colors. Are they still hearing my voice? Please, I'm begging you. If you have my voice, say yes. Don't look at all of that. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has weaknesses. That's why when you are cutting, I've told you, there are things that you call deal breakers, standards, preferences, and expectations. Those in U40 understand that we have talked about it at least twice. When you look at things, the ones that are deal breakers, the moment you notice it, walk away. Don't discuss. Don't negotiate. Don't ask the person to change. Don't pray about it. If you want to see something you call a deal breaker, something you can't live with, walk away. Then after that is a standards. Standards, you can negotiate them. Then after that is a preferences. Preferences also, you can reduce or go up, depending. Expectations are just nonsense. I want that when I'm wedding, we should go to Dubai for shopping. I don't get money. We'll stay with it. Is anybody hearing? Those words are nothing. But you need to understand, anytime you are with somebody and you have negotiated and it's not a deal breaker, enter into the marriage and then handle it well. Relate with the person rightly. And you see the home blossom. I think our time is gone, so let's move. Did you catch me? So don't move around and then you are every day, you are quarreling and fighting and looking for perfection. And then comparing your spouse with other people. It's like, I wish you are more like pastor. You are not in my house. No, are you with me? Can I tell you something? If you're here, say yes. You see, I don't know if I told this story here some time ago. When my son, we changed school for him, newly to a new school. So he entered into that school. And then they were doing this, their award at the end of the month. And they voted him the most quiet boy in class. So he came back with it. I looked at it. I said, Michael, they said you have the most quiet boy in class. He said, they haven't known me. They haven't known me. You see, why you are voting the other person is because you don't know him. Remember the story of the brother that other members of a church were quarreling with their, other women were quarreling with their husband. That brother is a very nice gentleman. Because every time he would go and open the door, he would park the car, come out, open the door for the wife. Other women are saying, can't you see Brother Titus? Brother Titus is a gentleman, is this and that. The brother has confronted Brother Titus. Why are you doing this? You are making us look bad. Brother Titus laughed. He said, the door jammed. I've not been able to repair it. So when I park the car, I come out because you can't come out until I open the door. What you are complaining about? You are not, what you are complaining about? What you saw, you didn't saw. Stop. If you have my voice, say yes. Stop. All of these people you are seeing on social media are taking all kinds of pictures, promoting their family. Many of them, their homes are in a mess. Celebrate your own. Somebody give the Lord a clap. And then finally, people that have negative secrets find integration impossible. When you have all kinds of secrets you want to keep, you can't integrate. Everybody that wants to live a wayward, stupid, immoral, ungodly life finds it difficult to integrate. And you're a Christian now. You used to be an unbeliever. You used to be in the world. Now is a time for you to settle down and be a child of God. So why are you trying to make allowance for nonsense? So you can get up in the house. And there's one man. He said to me some time ago before he got delivered. He said, Pastor, anytime they pay me salary, I come back intentional and quarrel. He said, when I'm coming, I'm thinking of how to stir up the quarrel. Because if I stir up the quarrel for at least 3 weeks, she won't be able to, I will keep the anger. Every time she comes, I get angry. I won't forgive until the money is gone. It's just a strategy. And some women do it too. The man they collect aside, they come back, they make trouble. And the man can't approach them until the salary is gone. You come now, you say, the money is finished. What do you do? First thing to do to integrate, fix your faith in your spouse and fix your faith in your marriage. Settle the fact that I believe in this person and this is for life. Start with that. This is not tentative. This is not something we are playing. I will marry you for life. It's not if it works, we continue. If it doesn't work, no. This is settled. Can you lift your hand and say, God, give me grace? I can't hear your amen. Now, if you are having some union and integration fears, discuss your union and integration fears. Talk about it. Look at some things that bother me. Look at some things I need to talk about. Discuss that so you can see the way forward. And then both of you be clear about your family vision and priorities. So you can integrate in that. We are buying this property, we are setting this, we are doing this and all of that. Now, some women find it difficult to submit to some vision. Husband, explain what the vision is all about. Where I am today, we're discussing about something yesterday. After I finished talking with my wife, she sent me a mail. He said, thank you for doing this and for doing this in our family. I didn't reply. I have not replied. I said, I'll reply on the pulpit. No, you're not hearing me. Now, I was happy she did that. The truth is simply this. It's a vision you kept. You get to a point where you did this and at that time, it was very bad, very challenging. But I stayed the course. And today has helped the family. That's why she was saying, thank you for doing that. Let it be clear that you have vision and priorities that are set from onset in your family to make sure that your future of your family and your children is secure. And bring your spouse into every detail of your life. Bring the person into every detail. We have taken much of fourth service time. Please stand up. I tire for your service.